Yo, it's been a while. Anyways, have you ever wanted to save the Emperor in Oblivion? It's actually quite easy. When you reach the Sanctum section of the tutorial, all you have to do is a simple wall clip. You can do this by making a save while running into this corner, quitting to the menu, and loading that save while holding forwards. Just know this might take you a couple of tries, and it's easier the higher your speed stat is. After clipping through the wall, you'll want to aim for this room, which will put you back in bounds, and then you can go find the assassin.
What can I do for you? We're all talking about the Emperor's murder. We have no Emperor and no heir. That's never happened before. I suppose we should all be worried. Goodbye.
Killing the assassin will progress the tutorial without the Emperor dying, and you can keep playing the game as normal.
All his heirs are dead.
Come with us.
There is a slight problem after delivering the amulet to Joffrey. When you return to the sewers, they'll be locked, and there's no way to reach the Emperor again. There is a workaround to save him though. First, reload a save from before delivering the amulet, and make sure your illusion skill is high enough to cast an apprentice level spell, which you can easily do by picking illusion as a major skill. Then go to the Coral Mages Guild and buy the Command Humanoid spell from Alberic.
Yes? I saw a wraith once. It threw a curse on me I'll never forget. Be seen.
Return to the sewers and cast the spell on Uriel. He'll now follow you wherever you go as long as the spell is active, and stay wherever you leave him when the spell wears off. You can now deliver the amulet to Joffrey and Uriel will be safe. If that was it, then you might be wondering why this video is so long. Well, I figured this was a bit too easy, so I wanted to take it a bit further. While doing all of this, I noticed that another character who's scripted to die also survived. That character being Glenroy, so why not try to do the same for him? Now we encounter another issue. Glenroy will always return to the sewers, so when you deliver the amulet, he'll just disappear from the game, because he can bypass the locked door. So if I want to save him, I need to find a way to skip the quest, deliver the amulet, to prevent the sewers from getting locked in the first place. There's one well-known skip we can do. By going to the temple district and clipping into the Temple of the One, we can find a hidden door that takes us to the final moments of the main quest. If we run outside for a bit, we'll get a quest update, and then we can run back inside, wait for Martin to show up, and finish the game. While this technically accomplishes what I wanted, which is to skip the quest deliver the amulet, it also skips the entirety of the main quest, which isn't ideal because I wanted to do as much of it as possible. So I need to find another skip. Like I said, we need to skip the quest deliver the amulet, which means we can't get the next quest to find the heir. We can start breaking the siege of Kvatch, but it won't progress the main quest further, and we're not able to get the next quest Vane on Priory either. Here's where a skip I learned of last year comes into play. I watched this video by that school dude, where he skipped directly from the tutorial to the Dagon Shrine, which let him start the Path of Dawn quest as well as the Dagon Shrine quest early. So I'll try to do that, and hopefully by the end of the game I'll be able to finish all of these quests. But before I start, I want to say that I'm playing Vanilla Oblivion installed directly from Steam. No mods or unofficial patches, just plain old Oblivion the way Todd intended it. I won't use any console commands, however glitches and exploits are fair game. So, I'm going to make a character, make a save, then instantly make a new character. While this is probably not necessary, it will make it much easier for me to explain a glitch I'll use a lot later. What you do with the second character doesn't really matter. You can play through the tutorial as normal or just speedrun it. There are two important things you have to do in the tutorial though. Pick up this key from this goblin and make a save in front of this door before opening it. And make another save in front of this door. Just to save some time, I'll do the same wall clip as earlier, but this time I'll aim for the exit to leave the sewers early. Now that we're out of the sewers, you can head anywhere you want, but you'll need a door, because we're gonna do a glitch called load warping. You need to go up to a door, press E and escape at the same time. You'll know you got the glitch if the menu opens and you hear the door opening sound at the same time. Now you'll want to press load and load the other character that is still in the prison cell.
Oh, hello.
Please just ignore Vincent. If you open the inventory, you will see you loaded in as the other character. This glitch is called load warping, and to give you a simple explanation, we have our two saves, the character in the prison cell and our current character. They have their own inventories, quest logs, and they are of course in different locations. Our current character goes to Luther Broads, opens the menu and door at the same time, then loads the save of the other character in the prison cell, doing the glitch. This will move our character from the prison cell into whatever cell we were loading into, in this case Luther Broads. That character will keep his inventory and his quest log. This does not affect the old saves in any way, so you won't mess anything up by doing this. This just moves one character from one location into the location the other character was supposed to load into. You can simply think of it as fast travel with the help of doors. So past you, future you, or someone else entirely can open a door, and that will cause you to be ripped through space and time, place you somewhere completely different. You might think that I'm cheating by skipping the tutorial, so I'm not skipping it, I'm merely delaying it for later. And to be honest, I think it caused me more issues than it was worth. Anyways, before I start doing the main quest, I'll do some setup. First, I get a couple of scrolls to do the duplication glitch. If you don't know about this glitch, I'll quickly explain it. By equipping a stack of scrolls and then dropping an item, the game duplicates that item. The number of duplicates will match the amount of scrolls in the stack. We'll use this to get money and duplicates of items we need, such as skooma. Now there are two other smaller glitches I'll mention before I start. Oblivion normally only allows you to drink 4 potions at a time. However, there are a few ways around this. One way is to quick slot the potion, drink 4 using the quick slot, then open the inventory and drink 4 more. With this, you'll be able to stack the effect of 8 skooma, which will increase your speed by a lot. Next, there is a glitch that allows us to go through most locked doors, like this gate for example. Load the save in front of the locked door in the tutorial, unlock it, and load a different save while the text box is open. Now you can unlock most doors in the game. This effect will be active until you close the game, and you can always reactivate it the next time you play by doing the same exact thing. I'll link some videos in the description that explain all of these glitches in more detail. I just wanted to give you a quick explanation. With all of that out of the way, we can finally start. Like I said a while ago, we're going to try to skip directly to the Dagon Shrine quest, which you're normally not supposed to go to this early. So all that is there right now is just a doorkeeper and a locked door. The key glitch I mentioned does not work on this door, but with the help of 8 skooma, we can easily wall clip and get behind the door. Here we can see the only thing keeping us from entering the shrine this early was that one locked door. Once inside, we instantly get the Dagon Shrine quest, and I make sure to pick up the Mythic Dawn Commentaries Part 3, which also starts the Pot of Dawn quest. Further inside, I grab Mysterium Xarxes and then I load warp my character out of the shrine with both books in hand. From here, I decided to see if I could do the Pot of Dawn quest first, so I go to Fintia's like the quest tells me to.
I'm Fintius, owner and proprietor of the first edition. Look around, if I don't have it, maybe I can get it.
But it leads nowhere, so I figured this one quest might be impossible. So I instead focus on the Dagon Shrine quest. We need to talk to Martin, who's currently on his way to Glenroy Temple all by himself, so I decide to go there to meet him. However, this gate is locked, and once again the key glitch from earlier does not work on this gate. But that's not a problem. After a quick trip to the Bruma Chapel to pray away my skooma-induced brain rot and restoring my intelligence, I'm able to cast a fireball on one of the blades, who's kind enough to unlock the gate for me so we can talk to Martin.
Ha! I'll let you live this time, Kurt.
Ah, you're back. I told Geoffrey not to worry. I can see you've had bad news. You didn't recover the amulet, did you? By the Nine! Such a thing is dangerous even to handle! In the meantime, you should speak to Joffrey. He was concerned about reports of spies in Bruma.
Ah, yes, I hope you can help. The gate guards have reported seeing strangers on the road for the past several nights. I cannot leave Cloud Ruler undefended while my men search the whole mountainside, but these spies must be eliminated.
We head to Bruma and take care of the spies.
You cannot escape the master's vigilance.
After a quick inspection of the floor to make sure there are no more spies, we grab their orders and return to Joffrey. Here I run into another issue. The doors to Cloud Ruler Temple are locked. The glitch once again does not work, and with no way inside, we just have to wait for Joffrey to come to us. And surely this one problem won't cause a lot of issues in the future. Anyways, here he is, so let's talk to him.
What have you learned about the spies? Excellent work. I knew I could count on you. You should speak to Martin. I believe he has made some progress with the Mysterium Xarxes.
But we will need a Daedric artifact. Bring it to me when you have acquired one.
Next, we need to get a Daedric artifact. And you might think we can go get Ashura Star, which the game usually guides you towards. But since we skipped the tutorial, we don't have a class, which means we can't level up. And all the Daedric quests require us to be level 2 or higher. One quest is still doable though, that is Clavicus Wiles quest. If we kill Umbra and grab her sword, we'll be able to start the quest and get the Daedric artifact early. But we're level 1 and she's known to be one of the harder enemies in the game. Luckily for us, the pen is mightier than the sword. Or in this case, the paintbrush, because they are not affected by gravity. We use that to our advantage by dropping a paintbrush right here. Then I'll go aggro her and run back. I use my paintbrushes to get some high ground and just wait it out. Three minutes later, we can grab the sword, head to the shrine to start the quest, and since we have the sword, it will instantly give us a quest update, and we can just get our artifact.
You've brought the sword! Now give it to me, as we agreed. Umbra and I have unfinished business. Excellent! A pitiful sword with a pitiful soul in exchange for a mask fit for a god. You've gotten the better of this bargain, mortal. Now, I have business to attend to. Run along. Perhaps I'll be looking for you again.
Ah, the mask of Clavicus Vile. You are wise not to let yourself get further enmeshed in his plots.
It's too late, Martin. He's already sold me like 5 copies of Skyrim.
You should talk to Joffrey. He needs your help. Trouble down in Bruma, I think.
I've just received word from the Countess of Bruma that an Oblivion gate has opened outside the city.
So despite us not having any experience with Oblivion gates, Joffrey decides to send us to take care of one. I wanted to quickly run through the gate alone because Captain Bird and the Bruma guards are, well, let's say they're not usually of much help. But when I reached the Sigil Stone, I realized I needed to have them with me. So I tried to do a load warp, but then...
So far, so good.
What do you mean so far so good? Look at Bruma! Well, turns out you don't even need to load warp. If you go down a floor and then go back up, Bird will teleport to you, even if you didn't tell him to follow. So I close the gate and head back to Joffrey.
Good work. Captain Bird and his guardsmen should be able to handle any additional gates, at least for now. Martin made some progress on the Mysterium Xarxes while you were gone. You should speak to him about it.
While I'm getting oriented here, you should follow Joffrey's orders.
It is good to be back here. It raises my spirits just to walk these ancient halls again. We will prevail. We must prevail.
At this point I got stuck, unable to progress the main quest any further. Martin tells me to talk to Joffrey, and Joffrey doesn't have anything to say. We can do the Allies for Bruma quest, but that is more of an optional side quest that is a part of the main quest, but doesn't actually progress the main quest at all. The next quest we're supposed to get is Blood of the Divines, which require us to go to Sancre-Tor. So I tried to go there by myself, but once again, there's a lock gate and I can't get past it, even with the glitch. Probably because of this text box. I didn't want to give up yet though, and I realized there is one quest in my quest log that I said might be impossible. Maybe this quest is causing some conflicts. So I started over from the beginning and went to the Dagon Shrine again. This time I just grabbed the Mysterium Sarxes, ignoring the Mythic Dawn commentaries and the part of Dawn quest entirely. Afterwards I did the same exact things as last time. Turns out that was the problem, and now I'm able to make progress in the main quest again.
I figured out another item needed for the ritual, to open the portal to Cameron's paradise. The blood of Tiber Septim himself.
So, Martin wants you to recover the armor of Tiber Septim. The armor is in the shrine of Tiber Septim, in the catacombs beneath the ruins of Sancre-Tor.
In Sancre-Tor you usually have to fight a lot of enemies to lower a magical barrier, but I'm too lazy to do that. So I joined the Mages Guild to get a basic AoE fireball spell, and I once again pray to the Divines to restore my intelligence, which seems to decrease more and more as I play this game. I quickly run through all of Sancre-Tor until I reach the end. There I load warp my character who just had his intelligence restored. I run into the magical barrier until I hit the invisible wall. Then I cast my AoE spell to knock the armor off the pedestal and quickly recover my health before running back in to grab the armor. I make a save, then load warp myself out of there. Then I bring the armor to Martin.
The Septim blood may flow through my veins, but you have the soul of a hero. The armor of Tiber Septim himself. Joffrey will be amazed to see it. While you were gone, I've made some progress in deciphering the Mysterium Sarxes ritual. The third item we need is a great Welkin stone. There is only one place that is rumored to still contain one. The ruins of the Ayleid city of Miskarkand.
Once again, it's a simple fetch quest. We run in, grab it, load warp out, hand it to Martin.
You're back, and you've got the great stone. Now, we need only one more item, and we'll be ready to open a portal to Manca Cameron's realm. A great sigil stone, then, is what we require. Remember when we first met in Kvatch? I told you that I didn't want any part of the god's plan. I still don't know if there is a divine plan, but I've come to realize that it doesn't matter. What matters is that we act. That we do what's right when confronted with evil. That's what you did at Kvatch.
That's cool and all, Martin, but I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never been to Kvatch. Oh, is that Boris? How did he get out of the series?
I told you to keep out of our way.
Oh, okay.
We must hold fast until the hero of Kvatch can destroy their great gate. We must kill whatever comes out of that gate. Soldiers of Cyrodiil, do you stand with me?
If you've played Oblivion, you probably know how bad this quest usually goes.
I've got someone's been murdered.
That's
Sword for the dragon.
Guys, there's a psychopath on the loose!
This is the...
No!
Joffrey, for some reason, decides to try to kill Martin and gets taken out. I just ignore it and continue the quest. When the Great Gate opens, I go inside, make a quick save, then load a save from inside the Bruma Gate from earlier. Then I load warp my Great Gate save into the Bruma Gate save, and now I can grab the Sigil Stone from there to close the Great Gate.
I told you to keep out of our way.
Huh.
We won a great victory here today. We now have the means to recover the Amulet of Kings from Manca Cameron. But we need to act quickly. Cameron will not take long to recognize his danger. Remember, the portal closes behind you. I'll have the ritual ready in the Great Hall when you arrive.
Now we're supposed to enter Cloud Ruler Temple and step through the portal to Paradise. But first, let me introduce you to the main antagonist of this run, this damn door. Joffrey has locked Martin, Boris and me out of the temple. So with no clue what to do, I figured maybe Joffrey has the key on him, but no. So I tried to explore other options, like the Pot of Dawn quest I had ignored earlier. Since Boris is free from the sewers and is a big part of that quest, who knows, maybe this quest is the key to everything. This time I explored more of the locations and interacted with more of the characters that quest usually guides you to. But I had no luck making any progress. With no other options that I could think of, I reload a save to redo the Great Gate, and this time I try to keep Joffrey alive. And let me tell you, when this guy says,
"I've sworn to die,"
he really means it.
This one's
After a couple of attempts, I'm able to keep him alive, though he's not happy to see me.
You should be proud of what you did here today. But remember, the war is not yet over. Until you reclaim the amulet and Martin lights the dragon fires, the enemy will not be truly defeated.
He doesn't have anything to say, doesn't do anything to help me progress the story, and doesn't unlock the Cloud Ruler Temple for us. But now, with Joffrey alive, I once again do the same Pot of Dawn steps from earlier, but this time I decided to explore more of the Dagon Shrine in case I missed something earlier. After clipping through this gate, I got a quest update saying Manca Cameron escaped to Paradise, but this doesn't help me either.
We must prevail.
At this point, I really thought this was as far as I could get with no other ways to progress the main quest. But then I remembered I hadn't actually done the tutorial yet. So I quickly went to the sewers to get started on that. But this one door is locked, so I have to load warp to an earlier point in the tutorial. Which isn't a problem since I made that one save while escaping the prison. But at the time, I was too lazy to do it. And I'm glad I was, because on the way out I discovered this. Yep, we are Argonian now. Martin doesn't make a big deal about our sudden transition. Boris, though, has read one too many volumes of the Lusty Argonian Maid and is now really eager to talk to us. It seems like leaving the sewers is a trigger for Boris to move on from the tutorial quest to the other main quests. So now we're able to progress the Pot of Dawn quest further, since he sends us to talk to Tarmina, who sends us to Fintius to get more volumes of the Mythic Dawn commentaries.
I happen to have a copy of Volume 3 on hand, but I'm afraid it is a special order. Already paid for by another customer. Sorry.
What? The Mythic Dawn were the ones? But to murder the Emperor! Mara preserve us. Yes, of course. I don't want anyone to think I had anything to do with their insane...
After lying about the Emperor's death, we get the Mythic Dawn Commentaries Part 3, which we already had this whole time.
You can only get Volume 4 directly from a member of the Mythic Dawn. I had set up a meeting with the sponsor, as he called himself. Here, take this note they gave me. It tells you where to go.
Now we have to report back to Boris about this sponsor meeting.
You're not easy to get hold of. What have you found out? This just might be the break we've been looking for. Good work.
Right? This might finally be it.
If Tarmina is right, we can use these books to locate the Mythic Dawn's hidden shrine. Follow me. I know how to get to the part of the sewers where we need to meet the sponsor.
Okay, I'll follow Boris because he'll take us to the sewers and we'll meet with the sponsor.
I know the part of the sewers you were talking about. Follow me, I'll show you.
Turns out Boris is bad with directions, so I'll just head there myself. I go to the meeting spot. I can't see anyone around, so I decide to explore the area more. I find another volume of the Mythic Dawn Commentaries Part 3, so this means I wouldn't have to go to the Dagon Shrine to pick it up if I do this ever again. Usually, in this quest, you're supposed to go here with Boris and meet with the sponsor being... Also, don't skip this is not an ad read, I promise. The sponsor is Raven Cameron. You have to kill him and grab the book. I waited around for a bit longer in hopes that someone would show up eventually, but no. It seems like the Pot of Dawn quest is once again a dead end, and with no other ideas on how to progress from this point, I decided to start over again, one last time, to try a couple of things early on, in case of there being some other quest priority issues again. I made it much further this time, but I'm completely stuck because of the doors to Cloud Ruler Temple being locked. Last attempt, I kinda skipped over breaking the Siege of Kvatch, because I ended up going there at the end, but it didn't do anything, so there was no point in showing it. However, I'm hoping that doing this quest early on will at some point trigger the doors to Cloud Ruler Temple to open, because of some quest priority shenanigans again. So this attempt, I go to Kvatch right away to get started on the quest.
I'm getting out of here before it's too late. They'll be here any minute, I'm telling you. Run when you can! There's nothing left here for me. I'm getting out as soon as I can. The prettiest town in Cyrodiil? Don't know. But the ugliest is Bravil. Shabby, tumble-down shacks. They're big shacks, though. Bye.
I quickly run through the gate and make sure to save outside the Sigillium Sanguis. Sigillium Sanguis. You know what? I just make a save in front of this door and close the gate. After closing the gate, I try talking to both Martin and Joffrey to see if it makes a difference. I also know that Cloud Ruler Temple is supposed to unlock at some point during the Wayne and Briar quest, when you take Martin and Joffrey to the temple. We're skipping that quest, but I want to see if there might be a trigger on the way there if I bring Martin and Joffrey, but I don't have the command humanoid spell now. So, we resort to violence. I punch Martin a couple of times, bring him all the way from Kvatch to Wayne and Briery, where I also pick up Joffrey, and we all go for a peaceful stroll to the temple in hopes of hitting some kind of trigger on the way there. Please. I'll just tell you now that I did this a couple of times at different points throughout the story in hopes that it would unlock the doors, but it didn't do a thing. So I just wasted hours of my life doing this, and I don't care to show any more of it. But anyways, let's go back to where we were. I once again go to the Dagon Shrine. I ignore the Pot of Dawn quest and just grab the Mysterium Xerxes. But this time, when I load warp out, I notice that something is off. For some reason, all the guards are fleeing, so I decide to just observe.
Five of the night watch and all's well. You're out late, sir. Farewell, citizen. I fought mud crabs more fearsome than you. I'm just warming up, you pathetic worm! Is there a problem?
Turns out one mythic Dawn member had chased me all the way from Lake Uriel's cavern, and the guards in the Imperial City decided to help me take care of him. After that 30-minute detour, I bring the book back to Martin, and once again take care of the spies and get myself a Daedric artifact. Here this attempt takes a different path once again. Since I did the Kvetch Gate this time, I can do the load warping glitch I did for Oblivion Gates earlier, but using the Kvetch Gate instead, which will instantly close whatever Oblivion Gate I enter. So I went ahead and did the Allies for Bruma quest, even though it's optional, and it was really quick and easy thanks to this glitch. Well, except for this one, I did the same exact thing as I'd done with all of the other gates, but when I report back to the Count, he pretends like nothing had happened. Turns out the problem is his son. I kinda closed the gate and just left him for dead. So I reloaded my save, went to talk to Favo, then closed the gate again and brought him to the Count.
Please, although I'm concerned about the safe return of my son, with a possible attack looming, I must be free to make preparations. Good luck.
What you mean? He's right there.
Lead on.
I went back and did the gate normally this time, and it finally worked.
I'm sure he was difficult to travel with.
Yeah, he really was. Afterwards, I fetched all the other quest items we needed for the main quest and started the Great Gate.
Soldiers of Cyrodiil, do you stand with me?
No, we're not doing this again, Joffrey. After closing the Great Gate, I avoid Martin and make a save. The reason for this is that I want to bring Boris with me for the Pot of Dawn quest, and in his current state, he's busy celebrating our victory, so he won't move anywhere unless in combat. So I give him a couple of love taps and bring him to the sewers.
You thought we'd go down easy? I told you to keep out of our way. Good work. I am glad to see you, by the way. You just caught me at a bad time.
After he's had his morning coffee, he's willing to talk, and I can progress the Pot of Dawn quest.
I'm afraid I couldn't sell it to you for any price. I've already promised it to someone else, and my word is my bond. Every little bit helps. Very well. I hope you'll keep us in mind for all your specialty book needs.
I'm here for my book, Mankar Cameron's Commentaries, Volume 3.
Ah, about that. You see, I don't have it anymore. Terribly sorry. Full refund, of course.
You can be sure I won't be back. I've never been treated so shabbily in all my life. Good day, sir. How goes it? Go ahead.
Oh, buying the book makes it so I can't confront him. I'm sorry, Gwyneth, but I need that note.
Hi.
Man down! Stop right there! That's too bad. I was hoping you'd resist arrest.
This is the part where you fall.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
This is not my problem. I grab the note, bring it to Boris, and drag him with me through the sewers to the meeting spot.
Hit me once more and I'll kill you. Help! Help! I'm being attacked! Ah! I've sworn to die! I'll let you live this time, cur.
After finally reaching the meeting spot, nothing happens. Once again, I was waiting around, talking to Boris, but nothing. None of what I did this attempt seems to have made any difference. I can't enter the temple, and I'm stuck on the Pot of Dawn. At this point, I kind of just gave up, thinking this was all impossible. And I started messing around by doing the Dragonfly skip and exploring this weird world state I had created. So here is a few minutes of Oblivion being Oblivion.
What? Hey, you! Stop right there, criminal scum! Go on. I see no reason to talk to you. Just leave. This one's mine!
Take them down!
The end is in sight.
Damn it! The gate is barred from the other side. A trap!
What about that side passage back there?
Worth a try. Let's go. Please show your respect for the Imperial Palace by keeping your voice down.
Help me get past Dagon and into the Temple of the One.
I hope Martin knows what to do now. I will die by his side if this is the end. May Uriel's spirit guide us in these troubled times.
Good morning, sir.
Come with us. Your destiny is bound up with mine, and with the fate of Tamriel itself.
From the other provinces.
I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. So, you're the famous hero of Kvatch.
I just don't...
I do what I must do. I cannot stay to rebuild Tamriel. That task falls to others. Farewell. You've been a good friend in the short time that I've known you.
Sorry, no time to talk. I have to deliver these copies of the Black Horse Courier. Here, take a copy. It's free.
Oh, it's me again. While all of that was happening, I read more of the UESP wiki, like I'd done plenty of times throughout this run, going through a bunch of articles from top to bottom multiple times, and I still somehow missed something. Because I found this. Lockpicks are zero-weight items, so they can be reverse pickpocketed onto NPCs. Okay, big deal, right? You can give lockpicks to people. Well, the next part is the important bit. If a particular NPC attempts to access a locked door to which they have no key, they will successfully open that door if they possess a lockpick. Okay, so maybe Martin and Boris can get into the temple, so let's test it. Please ignore Uriel for now. I'm still in my messed up timeline, so I'll reload if this works.
The Emperor. I must get to the Emperor.
Okay, it actually worked, so we're one step closer. I also found another thing that I need to try. When you first bring Brother Martin to Cladrola Temple during the Wayne and Priory quest, Joffrey offers to make you a member of the Blades. You can choose whether to accept the offer or decline. If you decline, you can ask Joffrey at any later time about join the Blades and become a member. Joffrey will not offer you membership if his disposition is below 40, in which case use a charm spell to temporarily boost his disposition. Being a member of the Blades should let me into the temple. I haven't done the Wayne and Priory quest, but it does say any time later, and we've done multiple quests that come after. Also, looking at the quest steps, I don't think it's the Wayne and Priory quest that gives you the option to join the Blades, but it's actually the Pot of Dawn quest. I haven't seen the speech option before while doing all of this, but I decided to give it a try. So I go talk to Joffrey right after doing the Great Gate. I speak to him once, but nothing. But then I decide to speak to him again, which actually triggers the dialogue. And I have no idea how I missed this until now, but I guess I never spoke to him twice while having a disposition of 40 or higher. Anyways, now that we're a member of the Blades, we can finally enter the temple. And as all the pieces are falling into place, I decided to just progress the Pot of Dawn quest as much as possible. And as I was leaving the sewers, I made sure to pick Illusion as a major skill. With all of that out of the way, I talked to Martin and give them the lockpicks, which should let us start the Paradise quest.
I'm a bit busy here.
We won a great victory here today. We now have the means to recover the Amulet of Kings from Manka Cameron. I have everything in place for the ritual. I'll open the portal whenever you're ready. I don't know what you'll find in Cameron's paradise. I do know the portal I create through the Mysterium Xerxes ritual will close behind you. You'll have to find another way back.
From here, Paradise itself was pretty uneventful, so I just ran straight through it until I reached the end.
You did not expect to see me again, did you?
I have no idea who you are. We've never met before.
Waiting to welcome you to Karak Agayalor.
Now we just need to enter Karak Agayala, kill Manka Cameron, and then we'll finally be on the home stretch. Of course it wasn't going to be that easy. I tried waiting for a bit, but the only characters that show up are Eldamil, Ruma, and Raven Cameron. Since you're not meant to be able to return to Tamriel until after you've killed Manka, I thought that load warping out and then talking to Martin might progress the quest. It didn't, but since the portal to Paradise was still there, I figured I maybe need to reload the cell or something. So I fast traveled away and came back. Then to my surprise, I was joined by Eldamil and Raven Cameron.
Let's put an end to Manka Cameron and his evil paradise. So, here you are at last, the lackey of the Septim Pretender. You still think you have a chance, don't you? We knew you would find your way here eventually, but it is of no consequence. You should not keep my father waiting any longer. He expected you hours ago. Come, you came here to see him, did you not?
Technically, yes, I did come here to find him. Well, let's talk to Martin again.
Here, you should follow Joffrey's orders.
It is good to be back here. It raises my spirits just to walk these ancient halls again. We will prevail. We must prevail. Keep your heart true and your eyes open.
Oh no, Eldamil, he's on our side. Okay. I remembered from a previous attempt that I'd gotten a quest update mentioning Manka Cameron escaping to Paradise. So I went to the Dagon Shrine, clipped through the gate, got the quest update, then load warped back into Karak Agaylar in hopes of finding him.
Is this some kind of twisted joke? For Lord Dagon!
Manka Cameron is still not here. Raven Cameron is back though, and he's not happy. Not only does he keep coming back to life to kill me, he's not contained by Paradise, so he'll come hunt me down no matter where I go. And I really mean no matter where I go. Be it the Flowing Bowl or the Shivering Isles, Raven Cameron is everywhere. When I go back to Cloudruler Temple, I notice that Boris is missing, and my quest marker for the Pot of Dawn quest is now telling me he's in the sewers. So I go there right away, but the quest marker is pointing at nothing. there's no one around, so I end up wandering the Imperial City looking for him.
Attack! Die! Your efforts are in vain. Lord Dagon's victory is at hand.
Interesting.
After fending off Raven Cameron multiple times, I randomly find Boris wandering around outside the White Gold Tower.
That could have gone smoother. Can't say I minded killing a few more of these bastards, though. Get the book and let's get out of here.
Wait, get the book. The sponsor is Raven Cameron. You have to kill him and grab the book. Raven Cameron is everywhere. Oh god.
Bother me. Go away.
Not. Your efforts are in vain, mortal.
Now that you have all 4 books, you should be able to handle things from here.
Old America. You were the last gasp of a dying age. You breathed the stale air of false hope. How little you understand. You cannot stop Lord Dagon.
Wait. Do homage to Martin's champion.
You found a way back. Does this mean... You did it. You defeated him. Then you have it. You have the Amulet of Kings.
Chancellor O'Connor, the city is under attack. Oblivion gates have opened and Daedra are inside the walls. The guard is overwhelmed.
I do what I must do. I cannot stay to rebuild Tamriel. That task falls to others. Farewell. You've been a good friend in the short time that I've known you. But now I must go. The dragon waits. The amulet is shattered. Dagon is defeated. With the dragon's blood and the Amulet of Kings, we have sealed the gates of Oblivion forever. The last of the Septims passes now into history. I go gladly, for I know my sacrifice is not in vain. I take my place with my father.
What do you mean, Martin? He's still in the series. With the main quest complete, I can actually go do the tutorial. By load warping here, I can skip the first half of it, then play the rest as normal until I reach the Sanctum, where I have to go kill the assassin.
What do you want? Everyone wants to know what really happened in the temple. What happened to Martin? Was the fiery dragon really Akatosh? Good day.
Greetings, champion. I am at your service. Everyone's talking about the great victory over Mehrunes Dagon. I can hardly believe that the great Oblivion crisis is over.
We have now completed all of Oblivion and kept Uriel alive, but before I reunite the beloved Emperor with his people, I want to go over a few things first. We did most of this to save Glenroy, who will now be safe and sound here in the sewers, which won't be locked and we can access at any time since we skipped the quest Deliver the Amulet. Since we skipped the Wayne and Priory quest, we also saved Prior Mabarol, who's scripted to die in that quest. And since I skipped the first half of the tutorial, Captain Renaud is also alive.
This is official business. Do not interfere.
Since we can access both the tutorial version of the person and the normal version by going through the person district, we actually have 2 copies of Veil and Dreath. So not only did we save everyone, but we also created life. Also, Uriel still has the Amulet of Kings, so apparently Martin can just do that, which is pretty cool. I set out to do as much of the main quest as possible. I managed to do 14 out of the 17 main quests, which is about 80% of it. But you could argue that I did find Martin, I delivered the amulet from Paradise, and I went to Wayne and Priory a couple of times. So that's technically 100%, right? Anyways, you've probably had enough of me yapping by now, so let's bring Uriel to see Martin. I cast the command humanoid spell, make a save, load warp to the Temple of the One. Okay, who turned off the lights? I'll just go into the streets, wait for a couple of hours for Uriel to show up.
God's
This
blood.
is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Mara's mercy on you.
You're pathetic. I'm just warming up. You must be more fearsome than you. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death. Do your worst.
You'll never take me down.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I thought mud crabs more fearsome than
That's
you.
the best you can do.
Show me what you've got. Am I supposed the best you can do? Am I supposed to be impressed?
This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
I fought What's the matter? You dare oppose the might down and bleed to death! Everyone's talking about the great victory over Mehrunes Dagon. I can hardly believe that the great Oblivion crisis is over.
What
That's
great
great.
news!
Oh, good
Heard
to
any
hear.
news from the other
Do you know
provinces?
Uriel?
Don't be
I
the
understand.
Am I supposed to be a dare oppose the might of the Imperial Legion? This is the part. You fall down.
I suppose
Do your worst. Do your worst. I'm supposed to be impressed. Die for the Empire!
Come with us. Your destiny is bound up with mine, and with the fate of Tamriel itself.
With no Emperor to serve, the Blades will now return to our ancient role. We will bide our time until the next Dragonborn arises. Stay safe.